announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 838. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So glad to be safe and sound without broken glass in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We'll be talking about our experience with the XPW, what was it, Xtreme Invasion, I think the show was?
Yes,
yeah,
X, as in the letter X.
Was it the letter
Xtreme
X? That's
Invasion.
right. Rob is here. Cameraman Rob is here because he was very, 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 very close in the action, absorbing the glass and everything. We're going to talk about that because this is I really hope you guys are up in the chat room because we are going to do a little bit of an Ask Me Anything about producing video for XPW later today. So yeah, that's going to be an experience in itself, I'm sure, but that'll happen here later in the show. But also we have with us from Beacon, New York, he's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
And I'm the furthest away from deathmatch wrestling than I can possibly be.
Yes, although you were very close to the show, actually. You weren't very far away. So,
well, I mean spiritually.
Yeah. Spiritually, yes. Okay,
but it's right here in your heart.
In your heart.
It's in my heart, of course.
Maybe a little bit in your groin. Maybe a little bit in, I don't know. We also have another special guest with us tonight. He is was just a part of the VCW Free Stream Friday, 5-Day Friday show as VCW debuted on Fight TV. He was part of that big main event from Saturday Night Special. Tag team specialist Marcus Twist is with us on the call. How you doing, Marcus?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. Never better. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, thanks for being on. He's so low. What I did not expect the low key. I did not expect the niceties, but I also did not expect, if you're not joining us on the video version of the show, that sweet big Van Vader jacket that he's wearing. Look at that stuff.
Yeah, I had to come correct.
That's right. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was shiny or if it was just the lighting, too. too.
No, it looks like a Pokemon holographic card.
Yeah.
It's definitely shiny.
I think you just piqued the interest of our entire chat room.
Yeah.
So
I just thought that was your plea to say that you're going to go join Mastodon.
oh,
Get it? Because of Vader.
Yeah.
oh no, oh no, you're crossing the streams with the tech show, sir.
Yeah.
Oh no. But this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're going to be talking with Marcus about VCW and what's coming up this week is big opportunity with Prospect Pro Wrestling, as well as we're going to go into, hey, I think there's a pay-per-view this weekend. AEW is doing a little something, and who knows what else is going to come up this episode. But in the meantime, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please email us at that email address.
Good times.
And good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0, at Mayhem Show on the Twitter. And, of course, follow the Facebook group. We have a lot of great discussions and sharing a lot of stories. And I've been sharing a lot of TikToks lately, to be honest, over there. And we do also have a Wrestling Mayhem Show Discord and Reddit if you want to start a conversation over there. And we are live every Tuesday now at 10 p.m. Eastern Time or after the NXT Overrun on our Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook, YouTube, Sorgatron Media, Twitch, as well as over on the IndieWrestling.us YouTube and Twitch. Yes, and I'm going to bring that chat up right now. And we do like to see have you guys be part of the conversation in those chat rooms. We do bring them all up here. I see Dave Partner says, "Hey, I'll be off soon. Amazing NXT women's match. Hopefully everyone in studio stays safe." But is there another death match going on?
I was going to say, after this weekend.
No, the weather's fine. The weather stopped like 2 hours ago, so I think we're okay. I'm more worried about Rob because you got to go north. So
yeah, it's not. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty heavy, but we're good. We're good over here. I think we'll be fine tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, also thank you to our page. Oh, and please subscribe to the show. Rate, review. Once again, what did I say a couple weeks ago? If you send us if you do a review on a podcatcher like Apple or over on the Google podcast, leave a rate and review. Send me a screenshot at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. I'll give you a free month of IndieWrestling.us network. So throwing that out there, we would appreciate any feedback from you guys. Helps out for people finding us over there. Thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/WrestlingMayhemShow. Our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity. Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Team Hammerfist, and Bobby F. J-Town. At the Pop Pete Club level, Dave Podner and Aiden, the brand new one on the Patreon, it wants to be announced as just the biggest hustler in WWE, AEW, GCW fan walking the island of Ireland, regularly dipping into places I can to purchase wrestling figs and memorabilia at Irish WrestlePod. I put in there so if you want to sell the fellow from Ireland some of your memorabilia, go hit them up. So there you go. I hope that works out. Pizza Club level, thank you, Doc Remedy and The Riz, and at the manager level, Bradley, as well as Mother of Dragons, Tina Keys, and OccupyProWrestling.com. Bradley called me out on how I say his name on the show this week, by the way. He's just like...
Wait.
What?
Are you telling me that Bradley has the problem being a butt of a joke?
Bradley, you mean?
Bradley.
Butley? Oh.
If he wants, I can start saying his name. And plus, did he give you a way to say his name?
He did not officially. I mean, I just
so that's on him.
I mean, I'm not saying his last name because I don't want to like dox the guy. So you know,
Bradley Butters.
Yes, exactly. I think we protected us. I think we've adequately protected Bradley Butkus. Oh my God! You guys can support the show, and we can say your name plenty of times on the show too at patreon.com/WrestlingMayhemShow. We did record something before the show, mostly about that jacket. Actually, we'll be including the probably sometime this week, and I hope you guys. We have been putting a lot more, including the After Talk show. Mike, we did watch Black Panther this weekend, correct?
Oh hell yeah! I saw it twice.
You saw it twice? Oh, dude, if I had time, I would have watched it twice.
I saw it Thursday night or Thursday afternoon because I knew I was going to have absolutely no time.
Oh, thank you for not mentioning anything the entire trip about it, because thank you so much for not even bringing it up.
I don't think I even asked you if you'd seen it yet.
No.
Again, you would have had exactly.
Well, I mean, you were just sleeping in the car for 2 days, so I don't think we had much opportunity. So, anyways, hey, so there is an AEW pay-per-view this weekend. This is Tuesday night as of this recording. I know they like to probably throw a few things in. Probably on Dynamite this week. I'm sure there'll be some adjustments to the card. But I am excited to see a feud finally come to interaction that started years ago right here in Pittsburgh. Mike, do you know which match that is?
Ooh.
Wait, he's really thinking about this one.
Is it a feud finally come to blows?
Yes, that I believe started. I think it kind of officially started here in Pittsburgh several years ago.
Is it Britt and Saraya?
You're right, because here in Pittsburgh at the Priory, across the about 2 rivers from here, at the very first Blackcraft Pro Wrestling, Rest and Dust, Britt was wrestling Paige's mother, Saraya, right?
Oh boy!
All right, and Paige was there unofficially and got involved in the match.
So Britt was fighting with her family.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I mean, it works, but
I'm still pointing.
Yeah, you're still pointing. You're still pointing.
Couldn't help it.
But what was it like? She slapped her.
She slapped her at ringside, distracted her, and I think her mother won the Blackcraft Women's Championship or something, right?
Yeah.
And also, she wasn't supposed to be seen on the pay-per-view because she was still under contract with WWE.
Right, because she was still on TV.
Yeah. Because we saw her, she was hanging out with Taya and everything, right?
Yeah,
and we're just like, what's
like,
going on here? You know?
She was just like out in the crowd too.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, her mom's on the show.
Yeah,
this makes sense.
Like, oh hey, there's Paige right over there.
Yeah, he's just like hanging at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
And then she got involved, obviously, and then I think some people got in trouble. Yeah. So it's coming back around. You know, it's the match that I know. I don't know. I don't know if it's the one I wanted to see, but here we are.
Yeah.
But
it's different.
I just hope everyone in that match is safe.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's all I hope for. I don't really.
All
care
we
about
can
the
do is presume that all the right X's and I's are dotted and everything on the medical as far as everything goes. So I mean that's kind of
at least I feel much more comfortable that she's in there with Britt, as opposed to someone like, I'm not good at throwing out names, but
Jade Cargill.
What was that twist?
Jade Cargill.
That too.
Yeah.
That one too.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm interested to see what it is. Look, how many years has it been since she's wrestled? You know, so this is going to be a little. It's like, you know, when Punk popped up after 7 years out of the business, right? You're like, okay, can he still go? You know, so and you know that's a big marquee match for them on the women's side. So Mike, we got 3 women's matches at least on this show.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
mean,
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean the pay-per-view is really kind of shaping up there. We got both championships. I'm loving the Nyla Rose belt steal with Jade. She's been fantastic with that. And what was the other match? Toni Storm and Hayter.
And Jamie
getting
Hayter,
her shot. Jamie Hayter getting her shot. So and that's going to be good. That's going to be really good for women's wrestling for AEW. So
for the interim title.
For the interim, okay. Let's just ignore the interim thing for now. Let's just say the women's title, please.
Trust me, I wish I could.
I know.
I am so tired of this interim bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is getting kind of ridiculous.
Especially when Thunder Rosa said she's not even close to being back. I'm like, then why did we do this?
I think we're too deep into it to change anything, and nobody wants. I think somebody just admits. Listen, Mike. You know, people with lots of money obviously make great decisions. We've learned a lot about that the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Twitter's a real prime example of that.
I mean, isn't it so much better since that other guy took over?
Yeah.
So I'm sure, he's not gonna, he's not wrong in this. I'm sure it's fine.
But,
cool. Tony's got this. You're saying, Rob?
But with again, it's with as many titles that have been getting straight up dropped for other like suspensions and things like that. It's like I understand maybe they don't want to drop a title, but still, it is kind of ridiculous when every other month there's because there was that interim. There was an interim.
All three of their big titles have been interimed.
Yeah,
in the last year.
Yeah, because definitely the TNT was the first one, right? Because
well, think about it this way: just like Vince wanted to be Hollywood back in the day, and that's how we got like WrestleMania and everything. Tony wants to be UFC.
Yeah.
That's why we have the rankings. That's why we have the interims. That's why, a lot of other things that they do, for better or for worse, that is his, way to be, how he wants to present things. And that's that. I mean, and that this is a symptom of that.
I just remembered too. I forget if it was Dynamite or Rampage, like last week or the week before, where Orange was defending he just won the All Atlantic title, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a week into his reign, and they're like, oh my god, if he loses this, he could be he could be like the shortest reigning champion and whatever. It's like, are you saying that this month, really? And coming off of a show where they dropped titles after less than 24 hours.
It's a championship that was literally just created out of thin air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was just created. It's not like this has any prior.
But it has been one of the more entertaining title runs in recent memories over there.
It's the only ones where somebody hasn't gotten injured or suspended or anything,
Right. Because Orange doesn't do a lot of crazy stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So
work smarter, not harder.
He's an expert at pocket foo.
Yeah.
But anyways, what else is going on? We now know there's going to be a steel cage match with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the end.
That's gonna be that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Man, it'll be a good one.
Honestly, like it's not gonna be the end because then we're going to revisit this when Christian's healthy again.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. And I also wonder how healthy he is because he's had the arm sling for a while. Like that seems like I don't know. Did anybody catch what his injury is?
He tore something.
Is it a tear? Okay.
I believe it was like a long-standing injury.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a legit injury, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to see if I can find on the internet.
They could be milking it. They could be legitimately milking it as well.
Be.
They could be Bob Ortoning this thing.
I was going to say, he's got the same position as
when
Bob
he's
Orton.
like, when we have a miracle and he throws down the sling and starts climbing the cage here at the end of the
Christian
week.
Cage could miss up to 9 months out until 2023.
Eek.
Okay, well,
but that's like the Melts reporting, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, he's been all kinds of reliable lately, hasn't he? So,
yeah, for the past 35 years. Same kind of fact checking.
There's like some sentence that he structured on Twitter, and like I saw wrestlers retweeting, like, what is this? What are you saying here?
What the hell are you
Sorg,
talking
this is
about,
why
man?
you have to offend him so much where he blocks you on Twitter.
Is that what happens?
Hey, my Twitter feed has been so much better.
Well, I mean,
getting blocked by Meltzer and muting the word ratings.
Wait, how?
It's
wait. Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
I do like when Alvarez like kind of shares the ratings, although I have no context for them. Mike, can we revisit? Why did you get blocked by Meltzer?
Why not?
No, I mean, what was the?
Hell if I know.
Okay. This is like we don't know. This is like we don't know why Impact Wrestling blocked you, kind of thing.
No, I know exactly why Impact Wrestling blocked me. That's an easy one.
Oh, they listened to the podcast.
They listened to the podcast and they saw my life.
I'm just so glad that my association with you didn't keep me from working with them.
Hey, I'm just glad my association with me didn't keep me from working anywhere else.
It's amazing. It's amazing that we're not blackballed. Yeah, okay.
I'm still waiting for Tony Khan to block me. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen eventually.
You are half blocked on my account because of it. So we've talked about this before. I had to mute Mike because I am so tired of hearing him rag on Tony about women's wrestling and AEW because I think And all due respect, Mad Mike, I think is the most asinine thing to rag on somebody repeatedly the way you do. But that's how you do.
I'm sorry, if I have to see multiple Jay Lethal matches,
It's how we do.
or a 2 out of 3 fall Sammy Guevara match, and I can't get 2 women's matches. He deserves every single character.
What, a wrestling company booking people that are unsavory characters? What is that about?
Not
Yeah,
in
I
the
know.
history.
What is that? I don't know what you're talking about. And just a reminder, we'll be talking about XPW
I was
later
gonna say
in the
more
show.
on that coming up.
Yeah. It's not.
I feel like we need the graphic in the corner here coming up later.
I feel like I'm
still to
setting this
come.
up for a hit piece, and I'm not.
No.
I mean, that's what Darkseid was for. We also have MJF taking on replacement CM Punk.
Wow.
I like MJF.
No, this is gonna be good. Mike, I'm sorry. Did that get you there?
That was harsh.
Listen, I can't.
That's harsh.
I'm
too,
watching
John
Rampage last night, and they do the rundown, and every time I see that graphic, I think this was going to be CM Punk. Because it was,
I think it was
right?
originally supposed to be.
Right. Like, that's where we're heading. Like, that's the setup at the beginning of the year. It leads to this, leads to the title thing, and he gets it, hopefully over on Punk, right? So, and Moxley, much respect, but he is the replacement of this thing, because he's the fucking trooper, between, him and Jericho on the shit like this. So, like, gee, God, like Moxley saved AEW twice this year.
I like how you almost said TNA. I appreciate that you almost said TNA.
Listen, when Jeff Jarrett came out, I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm amazed you didn't bring it up last week, Mike, because I'm like...
Oh, I did.
You did you? Because we were talking about...
I did a whole diatribe on it. I don't want to see the same fucking...
Listen.
Because you want to know what we're going to see on Dynamite this week? I guarantee it. You want to fucking know?
What are we going to have?
Jeff Jarrett's going to appear in the ring after a Jay Lethal match. He's going to have a guitar. Someone behind him in a Sting mask and a hoodie is going to show up. And spoiler alert, that guy's going to drop the hoodie and the mask, and it's going to be Sting. Because they did the same exact thing in TNA.
Speaking of that, like I was telling Sorg over the weekend, like I was talking to Cole Carter last week, and because he got to do the Sting thing a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, man, it must have been killing you to have to wear sleeves for that long. Because I think the kid only owns like 3 shirts.
I'm amazed he's been wearing a shirt the last 6 weeks.
I was gonna say, just to even like, I'm like, God, you had to wear a shirt and a coat, and he was like, yeah, he didn't know why he couldn't be like Surfer Sting,
Like he barely wears a shirt like before the show.
Yeah,
like it's what is. Anyways, so we have that. So I guess we have Darby and is it Darby and Sting against Jay Lethal and Jarrett, right?
Sure, yep.
That's my pisser match.
I think that's everyone's pisser.
I think that's. I have not seen it. I cannot remember the last time at AEW I've seen a match on an announced card for a pay-per-view that I wanted to see least. Is that one? But we'll
plus,
see.
is that like? I mean, granted, Darby's in there too, so it'll be good, and of course, Lethal will be doing a lot of the work for that side. But between Lethal and Jarrett having like this, and then they had Flair's last match, right? So is that going to be like their duty now to take on an older?
I don't know.
An older guy and his.
But the day I see Jeff Jarrett announced as some kind of EVP of talent or something like that, I'm fucking out. And Mike was right this whole time. Wait, no, they didn't.
No, he's like working the live event thing or whatever it is.
What live event thing? Like the.
Yeah, for TNA. They already, for AEW, they already announced.
See, you can't even stop doing it.
That's because it is TNA.
You're right.
I've made no bones about this.
You're right. You're kind of right now.
Yeah,
it started as TNA like 2008, and it is edging towards.
And it started into TNA 2010.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because I did see
I've said this. They even brought in Christian Cage,
and
he has his own abyss.
He does have an abyss. Oh shit! All you need is what was it, Tyson Tomko?
Oh god.
Oh, you mean a problem solver? You mean what he called Luchasaurus?
Oh shit, he did too.
Did he ask Luchasaurus to give him a beat? The was that the
no.
thing in WWE
Oh,
where it
no.
was where he's like
Jesus,
Thompson,
you-
give me a beat or Tomko. He's
You
like,
almost
no,
got me to
no,
completely
man.
ruin my laptop. Go give me a beat.
It's a good time to
Oh,
plug
God.
patreon.com/wrestling mayhem show because we need a danger spit take fund in case we break Mike again. Shit. Okay. What else is happening on this show? We talked about the ladies. We talked about the match. Is Wardlow doing a thing?
It's him and Joe.
Are
isn't it?
Are we heading towards him and Joe? They're going to talk tomorrow night
Oh,
about something. They're going to have a chat. Joe's going to have a
they're
chat.
gonna have a debate.
Yeah, they're going to debate or something,
Joe's
right?
gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jeez.
Oh, did you see like last week when Joe turned on him, that cut away from? It was right as Joe was gonna jump him. They cut to a different angle, like a crowd shot.
Yeah.
And then they go back. I mean, granted, you knew what was gonna happen, but it's like,
Listen,
way to
man,
blow it.
live video production is hard, and I imagine even harder for these. Oh, here's one I forgot about: the Ring of Honor World Championship. Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, Claudio, and Sammy Guevara.
I want half of that match to win.
Okay, all right, I see where you're at. It'll be fun. It'll be a good match. I mean, I kind of don't want a 4-way, so I don't know.
Yeah, ROH is ruining AEW.
Oh no! Oh
It is.
no!
It is. I'm sorry. It is. It is.
You don't appreciate Bobby Cruz, do you?
No, it's not the announcers.
Hmm.
Again, it's not the talent. Well, apart from Jericho.
Mm.
But
Yes, ROH original Chris Jericho. But you got your Dalton Castle. You got a pure champion. You don't care about the pure championship. I do. I was happy to see one on Dark yesterday. You got Brian Cage is doing things. Prince Nana? No Nana.
I don't know anything about these ROH people because no one has told me anything about them. They just showed up assuming I know.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what it feels like when I hear someone say, "Oh, Endgame was my first Marvel movie."
But to be fair though, with Jericho,
this is kind of the Ring of Honor Endgame, isn't it?
Didn't Jericho, when he was doing those cruises pre-pandemic, didn't he do them in? He partnered up with ROH for those, right?
Yeah, I think he did originally. Yeah,
So
there was definitely some ROH.
it was
presence
pre
there.
AEW.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So there's a
Like Bullet Club showed
little
up.
bit of a connection.
All right.
Pre AEW.
Okay,
But
okay.
still, he's hardly a.
He knows what it
A
is.
mainstay.
We've confirmed he knows what Ring of Honor was.
He was aware of it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, but like I said before, like if Jericho was doing the same exact angle on ROH television,
Mm-hmm.
it would be absolutely fine.
Mhm.
It would be copying WWE ECW, but it would be fine. But
Okay.
he's like, it takes up almost a quarter of every Dynamite, which should be about AEW's wrestlers.
It is a big faction. It is a big faction. So I mean, he's featured some people. I mean, I think that was a good introduction for Bandito, who's doing good stuff. He had a great match, and he's he's moving on in the tournament, I think, from Rampage, right? So
Yeah, what a strong finish. He won with a roll up after a distraction.
Well, okay, it's the first round, so
It's his first big match. Like, if you want to announce signings, have them go over clean. This is what happened with Karrion Kross when Vince tried to debut him. Like, if you want new signings to be a big deal, make them a big deal.
I got you. Hold on, just checking in here to see.
And Eddie Kingston lost again.
But he's losing. He's losing for brutality, isn't he?
Yeah,
Like
he's
that's
the
the story.
only person getting chastised for brutality. He is the only person, and I think it's because he got in a backstage fight with Sammy Guevara.
Okay.
Because there was only one time Tony Khan was like, "Oh, we're gonna have our referees get on top of stuff," and that's why Eddie Kingston lost that match. I'm sorry it had to be Eddie Kingston. Then the next week, almost the same thing happened again, and the refs didn't do jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, you tell me. Like, it just seems like they're punishing Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And like, eventually he's going to be Will Smith on Fresh Prince and be like, how come he don't want me, man?
And then finally, I think it's the final match that's been announced, the Tag Team Championship. We're going to get the trilogy of Acclaimed and Swerve in Your Glory.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. I'm kind of in that, how is Swerve and Keith not broken up yet?
It's going to happen after this match.
Yeah, it feels like
Like,
it has
it's
to be.
very obviously telegraphed.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem like there's a lot more places they can go with it.
No. There was
Yeah.
a torture scene. So, by the way, Billy's hands healed up really quick. I'm glad that worked out for him. So, because I think last week because he's not bandaged. What's happening? So, all right. Well, that's AEW. We'll be watching it. I'll be watching it on tape delay because I'm going to be busy Saturday night. Other than that, and actually I think most of us are going to be busy Saturday night.
I will also be watching on tape
One
delay.
way or
Yeah.
the other.
Man, Saturday nights maybe suck for pay-per-views. I don't know. Speaking of Saturday night,
Especially Saturday nights during the holidays.
especially when there's a Saturday night special like on the line with us tonight.
Oh yeah.
You like that? You like that?
That was
Segue.
good. That was a smooth transition.
Yeah. We're going to have a conversation, but if you want to, but first, before we have our talk, if anybody wants to know more about Saturday Night Special, there's a lot of them over on indiewrestling.us. Check out the YouTube page, check out the network, the memberships, the VODs with VCW, Prospect Pro Wrestling. Have you popped up anywhere else on our network? I think that's mostly it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's so go check them out. There's I have questions, especially after the commentary and some of the stuff that happened on Friday night. I have lots of questions for you,
about
sir.
Applebees.
Yeah, a lot about Applebees. I got a lot of questions about Applebees. So
Oh, dude, shoot about Applebee's. We could make a whole show about Applebee's.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been trying to keep this short for our editor, but the Applebee's may ruin it. But if you want to know more about Applebee's and how they don't sponsor VCW, you can go check out IndieWrestling.us and that commentary. Of course, the VCW show is actually on Fight TV. It is a free show on Fight TV. You can check out. You can watch that right now and see what the hell happened in West Virginia on Friday night. It is the show that literally brought the ceiling down without touching it. This wasn't a facade
I
situation.
was confused and scared.
There was
You weren't the only one confused and scared, I promise.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were out there when it fell, I think, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we
I
saw the real time disintegration of that gym.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of little kids that threw the plaster at us after it fell in.
Yeah. Just so much
Yeah.
asbestos.
So, Mike, did you watch this match?
Yes, I did.
Oh God. Okay. Let me just go. Okay, so let's set the stage here for anybody that is not in the loop. So Saturday Night Special teamed with Mad Dog Zach Myers, formerly Zach Hunter of the Good Guys, that we've had on the show in the past. If you may remember. And they're taking on Mount Kilpis and Beastman. So, and I think we've talked about Kilpis here on the show previously a bit. The possum incident, I think I talked about, Mike. So I just want to put to Mike. I want your questions first for this main event.
It was a lot.
Okay.
And this may be a too forward of a question. I'm curious as to the smells going on in that match.
What?
I don't know why.
There were some weird smells.
Yeah,
There were definitely some weird smells.
because like I'm not sure between pieces of the ceiling falling, confirmation it wasn't black mold, and sweaty hugs.
A lot of
I would
sweaty
imagine.
hugs.
I would imagine, and also the husk of the Beastman.
I think
Obviously.
the hug. Fortunately, at least when I got hugged, it was before they really had a chance to get all sweaty and stuff. Anyway, so
Okay.
it was probably about. We came out of that probably about as well as we could have.
Yeah, you didn't get the part of Polly.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think in just mere moments here, we're going to see the ceiling fall down. If you're with us on video here, so
And
Yeah, it's coming.
yeah, it's right.
no, they get into the ring after this.
Do they?
I think that's when it happens. So understand.
There
There's
it is.
Oh, you captured it.
Yeah.
oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
And you know what? And I think you could thank, because Polly Kilpus takes like 10 minutes to hug everybody around at ringside. He saved your lives. He was you could have been in the middle of the match by that point. And
I do appreciate how there's a certain level of George the Animal Steel with the ceiling bits.
Yeah, it was getting questionable there. He tries eating it a little bit. They're trying to stop him.
Yeah.
This has been leaking the entire night, by the way, in that one spot. Somebody tried to baptize somebody in it. Somebody tried to waterboard their opponent in it.
Yeah.
This was this was like the trop, and I don't think we've ever had like a rainy day there that it was this bad.
Yeah,
but that was that torrential, terrible, like tropical storm stuff that was coming through the area on Friday.
And we had those two spots above the ring. And the one was like a waterfall just all night. And and again, like it had its own angle.
And it started like
throughout
right before the show too.
Yeah. And I think Andrew Palace or whoever, who was Palace fighting?
Who was Palace and Hayes?
Palace and Hayes. Yeah, I think Hayes tried to waterboard Andrew
I
Palace.
forgot about the broom.
Yeah.
Oh, the brim.
Yeah. But I think the roof or the ceiling was the MVP of the night.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, you guys can say that you brought the house down.
Yeah,
That is true.
Oh, I think we did several times.
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
That's all I've heard since Friday.
Yeah, I can only imagine what commentary sounded like.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
So speaking of commentary,
Yeah.
it was lovely to hear Eamon's voice again. And
For those who don't know, Eamon, who contributed to this show and became a co-host at the age of 16 from Corpus Christi,
hold on,
Texas.
Sorg, we need to use him by his show name, and that would be Wethelfan.
Wethelfan 2000.
Wethelfan 2000.
Yes.
Oh,
my God, that was a host.
Been a hot minute since I've said that.
That was a Homestar Runner bit. That we
Yeah, it was.
adopted.
It absolutely was.
God,
That's how long ago this was.
That's got to be what Homestar Runner. That was very like 2006.
That
right?
child grew up, got into the wrestling business, and got married. Not to the wrestling business, but kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, anyways, go ahead.
I also, and this is just a question I had. Is there any reason you guys prefer Applebee's over, say, Chili's?
I think the ratio for hot moms at Applebee's is just way higher. You're just more than likely to run into a hot mom at Applebee's than you would at Chili's or any other chain restaurant like that.
And I think this is part of your introduction.
I mean,
wait.
Have you been there on Margarita Thursdays? I'm just throwing it out there. Plus, you also get their skillet queso dip. Which,
Queso dip is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure Applebee's has like a knockoff like queso kind of deal going on with those like street taco deals.
Okay.
Which those are pretty good. Everything that they have at Applebee's is as consistent with any other restaurant. It's just better because they do the dollar drinks, half off apps, the 2 for $25. I mean, I'm in a tag team. That's saving money. Smart at that point.
It's economical.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that.
I believe like the Applebee's is part of your introduction, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
It's been our introduction like since the very beginning.
Can you, for those that maybe that haven't watched this, that haven't seen your introduction, like how does that introduction typically go? So they kind of have the background on this.
From the dumpster behind the local Applebee's. It's the sweet and sassy son of the Independence, Marcus Twist, the hit it and quit it kid, DD Vice. They are Saturday Night Special. And yeah, I wrote that.
All right. Check off that question.
Now with so with Applebee's, is it more likely to get the hot moms there on their own? Like, say, is it like Chili's, or they like dragging their whole family there or some shit?
Oh yeah, Chili's is a way more like family environment, family oriented. You're gonna catch all the hot moms and groups getting away from their families at Applebee's.
Yeah.
We must have different Chili's and Applebee's up around here. Because
Yeah,
every time I've gone to Chili's, it's been very family oriented.
I know where I'm at, like more, a little bit north of here. Like I'm in the Butler kind of Cranberry areas. Like in Butler, they're literally right across the street from each other.
I love how this became a restaurant podcast all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Sorg, you asked a valid question.
I did ask a valid question.
With the amount of times Applebee's and Outback Steakhouse.
Because Outback Steakhouse of St. Clairsville, Ohio, is actually a sponsor of the show.
Yes, I'm
like
aware.
they gave away.
Hilarious.
Well, didn't they give away like free steak for a year or something earlier when we started
They
the
gave
show?
away stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they were selling like $5 raffle tickets to win free steak for a year from the
That's
St.
not a bad
Clairsville,
deal.
Ohio Outback.
Yeah.
So
That's not a bad deal. I'd throw $40 on that raffle.
yeah. See.
I'd throw $40 on that raffle. Absolutely.
And drive down to St. Clairsville, Ohio from Beacon, New York. I get it.
No,
You
I'd
know?
have it delivered.
Okay.
Yeah. You just Grubhub
Yeah,
that
we
shit.
we couldn't change the intro for Outback. That's I
Sorry.
wasn't gonna rewrite anything for them.
Sorry, Outback.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Couldn't do it.
I lost my shit when they kept apologizing to Outback Steakhouse and Applebee's does not sponsor the show repeatedly on commentary, and then just at one point he just exclaimed, "They fry their soup." And that's when I was done.
I mean, I will say
the commentary was the best part of that match. It was amazing.
I got
Outback does have the bloomin' onion.
Good.
So,
See,
you gotta respect that.
Eamon and Jason Heat, for as great as the show was, and I with all I know I kind of have an in on this one being the producer backstage, but like everybody brought it. Everybody was on another level. The crowd was amazing, and then the commentary just like connected all the dots on top of things. And
that was the first time they had worked together, right?
First time they worked. That's the first time Eamon's worked, I think, outside of Texas.
Wow.
So, and I gave him I gave him a login for the network. I'm like, here, watch the last couple of shows, and I think he watched the entire VCW catalog from the last year.
It sounded like he knew exactly.
It sounded like he's been watching the entire time. Like I was amazed.
He crushed it. He did a great job.
Yes. So.
And with that crowd too, and being on Fight, you could tell like some of the guys had like really turned it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool to see.
So where reactions?
They really disliked that McChicken West Virginia comment a lot more than I thought they would.
Yes, it is officially McMecken, West Virginia, and yeah. I don't even know where I'm watching this match back right now.
Yeah. Well, in the ring introductions took like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, because you need to wait. Did you, Marcus? Did you have a sense about you? Is that why we did the extra introductions? That you had a sixth sense, maybe from all that Applebee's that you ate, that something bad was about to happen in the ring, and maybe you should buy some time.
Oh, I mean, I got the sense from the crowd that they weren't appreciating us enough, and then a lot of people made the comment about why'd you go all the way at the back to grab that microphone and then walk out. Well, I walked back there because I think it's gross sharing a microphone with that guy, the ring announcer guy. wasn't gonna share his microphone. It looked kind of dirty. Maybe he's from McMacken. I don't know.
What, Matt?
But yeah, so I went back. I got the microphone. We redid everything. I mean, like, it's a good thing that everything played out the way that it did, though, because we would have had just random ceiling falling on all of us in the middle of everything. So everyone's welcome for that.
Fantastic.
That's right. I forgot there was that too. So it was, yeah. The match would have been about 10 minutes into the match itself when the ceiling fell. If everybody just came out and just started a match,
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, you got another big opportunity this week. We got Prospect Pro Wrestling. You're taking on the Brotherhood. You've been there a few times at Prospect Pro Wrestling. So tell me a little bit about that experience there and this opportunity coming up.
I love Prospect Pro. Anytime that we've ever been there, the crowd is super inviting. Locker room's great. we've been on like a losing streak. We beat the STDs, and then I don't think we've won another match. But I mean, we've been traveling around and doing so many things since the last time we've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're a different team. So, and we've gone up against the Brotherhood for the 2 PW tag titles before, and we came up short at Thundercade. But I feel like I said, totally different team, a lot more experience now in between the two of us. We've been all around. We've battled up against like a bunch of different teams now at this point from different areas. I feel like we're bringing something different to the table. So I mean, this is going to be a win. In my book, I think it's going to be a win. We're going to walk away with the belts, and we're going to kick off next year. Just maybe belt collecting. That'd be something nice to look forward to. I know we have a lot of tag team like gold opportunities coming up. I'm looking forward to them.
Excellent. And of course, the Brotherhood's a younger team as well. Julian J. and Mike Bonner. I know I just saw this weekend they were at RWA as well, taking on bulking season for their tag team championships. So they're coming off a little bit of a loss here as well. So that's going to be an interesting one. And there's a lot of younger talent there too. I know with 2PW.
Oh yeah, I mean like some of the best newest talent in the area. You can find them all at 2PW.
Excellent.
So it's a lot of guys break in there, and I mean there are a ton of good matches. I've never seen a bad one since since we've started going there. So I mean it's always exciting.
We should mention the big main event. John McChesney out of Erie, of course, as we like to call him, the mayor of Erie, up there with Revenge Pro, taking on Jason Gorey for the 2PW championship. You're going to be keeping an eye on that one.
Oh, Gorey's got it in the bag.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's got Philip Archer, he's got Remy LeVay. I mean, like, and the dude's an extremely talented guy by himself anyway. Absolutely. I mean, he might be a little bit of a scumbag. Philip Archer did spit in my face that one time, all that green guck.
Ugh.
So I mean, this guy's got to worry about more than just Gorey.
Definitely. So, do you have any tips for hitting the Applebees?
You got to go early.
Okay.
You gotta get there. Like you're almost going for supper.
Supper.
You're gonna stay till closing.
Supper, like you're trying to get the early bird kind of deal, or
well, like your old people always go normally around supper time, but that's whenever you can scope out the best seats, the best booth, so you can look over the whole restaurant. So you gotta go early, probably like 5, 6 o'clock, and then like you're gonna catch the happy hour. You'll get the cheap apps.
Okay. All right. Applebees, if you'd like to sponsor us or Saturday Night Special, please hit up goodtimesatwrestlingmayhemshow.com. Have you tried for
They give me menus like all the time. I can just take them as like props.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but they just let me take the menus whenever I want to at my local Applebee's.
They're like, he'll be back.
Wait. Yeah. Like, wait. What are you doing with them for props? Are you bringing them to the ring with you? I haven't seen this yet.
Oh, we brought them to the ring. We cut promos with them. It's been a here or there like process. It would probably help if we didn't drink so much and then lose them, because I probably lost like 5 or 6 menus now at this point. Like in between like packing up and moving from one place to another. It's mostly for promos. But the my local Applebee's here in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, where I'm from, that I think they just kind of got used to it, so they just hand them to me now.
We have our 2PW announcer Tony Kincaid in the chat room. He says he's taking notes Applebee's, so I think he's on this.
So is there a best night to go to Applebee's? Is it like a Thursday situation?
Well, brother, every night is a good night to go to Applebee's, but I'm one half a Saturday night special.
Well,
okay. Don't you think Saturday would be the best?
I know, but I mean, sometimes it depends.
Mike, read the room.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I've got a question also. Hitting up all these different Applebee's, is there any variation between them menu wise?
There's no
local specialties,
but there's definitely quality differences.
Yeah.
Because I'll say that like up at where Eclipse is in Altoona, the Applebee's that's connected to the mall, not that good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, so if you have the option, try to find you a standalone place, not one that's connected to a mall.
where people are
And that's their
specifically
experience. That's something you only learn talking to me.
where people are specifically going to that Applebee's because they want to go to that Applebee's. They're not. There's not that foot traffic where they're like, oh, maybe we'll stop in here.
You don't want an incidental Applebee's.
No, like you don't want to be like, oh, well, there's Annie Ann's, or I can go to Applebee's.
Yeah. If you're
Like,
willing
it's
to
just-
settle for anything, then yeah, it could be a subpar Applebee's.
I gotta
and
say,
they could get away with
I'm
it.
going to second this because I am a big Red Robin fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. That reminds me, my better.
Hey,
yeah.
if we're gonna do all the things, we gotta do all the things.
And I will not go to my localist Red Robin because it's attached to a mall, and it tried to kill me once. Because there was a piece of the wire brush that cleans the grill
Ooh.
was in my burger, and it was this long, and it was in my mouth before I realized and almost swallowed it.
My old roommate, she used to, when we were living together, she used to be a waitress at or server, whatever, at Red Robin, and gave me every reason for why I shouldn't want to go to that Red Robin.
Oh no!
But again, it's like she's one of these, you know, she's worked everywhere kind of things, to where it's like, again, if you were that afraid of this shit, you wouldn't eat out anywhere.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. That's true.
Like
yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
saying, you know.
I worked at Perkins, so it was pretty scary too.
Yeah. But that
It
was
pulls the curtain back, man.
yeah,
That's what it is. You're seeing the great Oz whenever you work behind the scenes of one of those restaurants.
right. And the Great Oz is not wearing pants.
Yeah.
No.
And for some reason, he's James Franco.
God, that's a movie that didn't happen, right?
That was we all had that fever dream, right?
That's one of those. That's one of those secret movies that made $500 million that nobody remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Market Swiss, thank you so much for joining us and educating us here on the show.
Oh, brother, anytime. I would. My only regret is that DD Vice couldn't have been on the show too.
No. I wish we could have had the full special here on Tuesday night. So
we only get a half special on Tuesday.
Only half off.
Half off on Tuesday.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to earmark to have you guys back at some point in the future that we can get the full power, the full special, if you will.
And when we do, I'm going to order from Grubhub, Applebee's.
That's what I like to hear.
For the occasion. The occasion.
That's maybe all of us will get Applebee's because I'd like to stop up and do it live next time.
There you go.
Or Sorg, we could do it like The Office and have the podcast at Applebee's.
I don't.
Oh man, now you're talking crazy. I love it.
I was gonna say, or we could do a simulcast all from separate Applebee's.
we all have.
I'm just
like WrestleMania 2.
I'm just picturing rolling up to the bar at my local Applebee's with my earpods on, just talking to myself for 2 hours.
And then Rob's at a different Applebee's up by Butler with Elvira for some reason.
Yeah.
We all got to order the exact same thing and then all do a review.
I love it.
So how are your boneless wings?
Yeah,
Mine are fantastic. I highly recommend the Fiesta Lime Chicken.
Yeah,
it's like my favorite thing. 2 for $25, dude.
Is Patreon?
That is actually one of the things I ordered.
Is Patreon bankrolling this? Asking as a manager. No, we're gonna attempt for a sponsorship. Is what we're gonna do.
Dude, I'll push hard for it.
Well, that reminds me. Like I told you, Sorg, about my on Veterans Day. Well, we had the show on Veterans Day. So
okay, you gonna tell them what you did?
Yeah, I was gonna say, usually Veterans Day, because I'm a veteran. It's my I get to
tell people what you did.
I get to eat everywhere for free.
No, not that part. Tell them what veteran you are.
I was in the Air Force. I
worked
on spy planes and stuff.
Okay,
but
just for context.
But now for me, Veterans Day means eating at as many places for free as I possibly can. So so we had the show Friday where we had we were leaving here at like 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, that's like right in the middle of lunch, right? so I was trying to knock out as many places as I could, like on the way here. So I hit up Red Robin. I ate there. I went over to Buffalo Wild Wings, ate there, and then was like, oh, I wonder what places you could just do takeout. Like so. I placed an order for like Permanis, and while I was waiting for my Permanis order, I went over to Sheetz and and got their free thing. So I managed to hit 4 places in just under 2 hours, and then made it here by what, like 1:30?
Yeah,
And
you were late because one of the places was taking too
oh yeah,
long.
because I had to fucking wait for my order. But
So
I
when they
made
finally
out.
brought it out to you,
Yeah.
did you say thank you for your service?
Yeah. But I made out with easily. I got away with, you know, in excess of $35 worth of food.
Oh my god!
Because it was the cheapest thing, the absolute cheapest things on the menu. We were like, hey, you can get one of these for free. It's like, great, awesome. So yeah, it was the lamest heist, you know. That you could, yeah.
No.
Again,
All right,
You
so-
earned that.
Again-
You earned that free food.
Again, I scored.
You served our country.
Maybe $30 worth of food.
You served our country. Let our country serve you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, I don't play the I'm a Veterans card much. Only when it gets me free shit. But when it's advertised free shit.
As you should.
Yeah. I don't walk in and be like, hey, give me free shit, I'm a veteran. I'd be like, hey, I understand it's Veterans Day and you guys giving away free food. I would like to take this free food.
You're talking to me. You're like, you're not walking in the VA. Like, give me all the pills and shots.
I was gonna say,
They're like, wait, but you're all veterans.
Yeah. Dress whites and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still have your uniform?
Rolling into like McDonald's in my blues or something, and like, I understand you're giving away free large fries to veterans today or something.
No. I'd say you rolling in on your blues and be like, "Oh, is this free?
Yeah.
I had no idea."
Oh, I'm
hey.
sorry.
Oh.
Is it Veterans
I
Day?
was just I'm
Just
sorry.
my
I was
normal-
just walking around in this shit that I didn't have to wear past any time past
my
like tech
God.
school.
Tina, who is also a veteran in the
Yeah.
in the chat room, says she got her coffee and lunch for free with Junior as well.
Yeah, if I
Oh,
didn't have a
Tina's even bringing in her kid. She's
Yeah.
getting free,
oh yeah
free food for others.
yeah if I didn't have the show especially so early, I probably would have hit at least 6 places that
Yeah,
day. But I
yeah.
would have spread it out a little more. But because we were getting home so late, you know, I'm like, I the takeout stuff I just left for myself for later.
Yeah.
So
He literally left a sandwich in the fridge here at the studio
left 2
and was
sandwiches
eating
in
it
the
before eating it before the show.
Yeah.
And then we got back that night, and I'm like doing whatever to prepare for going to the XPW and the trip the next day, and he's just like walking around the hallways here at the studio eating a sandwich. I walk back, he comes out of the back hallway like out of the darkness, and I'm like, you're like some kind of fucking sandwich ghost. What is happening right now? But he kept moving, so I kept losing where he was, and he'd appear somewhere else. Like it was like the studio was the lamest haunted house ever. But it's just
But at night,
instead of-
sometimes you can hear him.
Sandwich.
Sometimes you can hear him chewing a cold sandwich with frozen fries in it.
it's just instead of a ghost, it's a jump scares. It's just Rob munching out of the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So that's Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
I understand there's a Thanksgiving coming up or something, but I don't know.
Oh,
How bad did your stomach hurt after you ate all that?
Well, yeah, I did eat that leftover. Yeah, it was like Italian sausage sandwich at what, like 2 in the morning.
Friday.
Like 2 in the morning, and then had to get up at 5. I don't know.
Just for future
Yeah.
information, if you decide to go the takeout route next year,
hmm
Buffalo Wild Wings the next day in an air fryer
Yeah.
is great.
There you go. There you go.
I'll have to see.
We're-
They were
we're
definitely a
plug-
dine-in. Though.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? Was that Mark?
Sorry.
We're plugging like a lot of restaurants. I feel like we might have a choice on who can get sponsored by what.
Yeah.
by
Well,
the end
in the
of this.
meantime, we should mention our actual sponsor of the show, Slicks on Broadway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Obviously, the best solution. The best solution. for food.
The best for, yeah, obviously it's right up the street here. There's 4 locations in the Pittsburgh area. I don't know
And
if they
plus,
had,
we didn't mention a single pizza place.
That
No, we
well,
did
I was
not.
gonna say that might have been the only show day where I haven't eaten pizza.
yeah. I mean, Red Robin has pizza now, but that's kind of questionable
If you
in
want
my
to get
eyes.
pizza from a burger place?
Yeah,
no.
really. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, no, we're here for the burgers.
Yeah.
Can I get a pepperoni pizza, no pink?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Slice on Broadway, Slice, New York City style yins are made. Mike, we had to explain Yinzer to our Philadelphia guest on Awesome Cast earlier today. So
Fucking Philly, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like him. He's a cool dude. So hey, a plug for Walt Ribeiro, by the way, who's on Awesome Cast. He's trying to build a 52-piece orchestra on Patreon in his living room. Well, eventually they'll get out of his living room, but still, just trust me on this. Anyway, Slice on Broadway for 5 locations now: Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills, and now on the South Side Works. A nice little slice box they got down there. Go check them out, sliceonbroadway.com. They're supporting this show for over a decade with the perfect pepperoni pizza for Pittsburgh podcast. I forgot the line.
The perfect pepperoni pizza for podcasting in Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Mike. Alliteration.
Yeah.
We will be back after these messages, and we're going to talk about Rob and my experience, basically dual handling. Oh, see, Missy was there too. Triple handling producing the live stream for XPW's pay-per-view in Newark, New Jersey, as they debuted or re-debuted. I don't know how it works.
No.
I'm really fuzzy on their history right now.
I have no idea where they were 20 years ago.
But we'll talk about that right after this.
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. It's the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I take, and I fight for every step that I make. When you add up the inches, life or death, winning or losing is the difference. You are the witness, inches around us, every second decisions. Too slow and I missed it, fast and I skipped it, but I'm on time so I gripped it. If you are ready to die, then you will get this. If you're afraid of your life, then you forget this. I don't know what to say, but you got 1 minute to decide to walk or to stay. Slim is the margin of error, and you won't be able to look yourself in the mirror. Fight for that edge, no matter how far I come, I know I still got a step to take. Oh, that's it, yeah, I do what I have to get where I got to. Eat dirt, that's it, I've become worse but better, so what can you do to me? Fight for that edge, this is more than a team, it's family, and I'll die for them.
And that's how we ended that fight. We are back, Wrestling Mayhem show. Listen, guys, I think MMA might be more dangerous
Sometimes
than
you
anything
just gotta
else.
Step in and
Even
take
what we're
charge.
about to talk about here with Rob.
Yeah.
Marcus Twist of Saturday Night Special still with us. He was working a Friday last week with us, so, you know, he didn't have his full-on special powers.
And
right? Is that
Not full on special powers now.
No, but you still did come away with the W, so, you know, it worked out in the end.
I'm not saying, man, we're a team that adapts.
There you go.
Beastman is a really weird variable to have thrown in there.
Yes.
But we got the win.
Yes, he's also a weird variable when he's on your podcast as well. So we're very familiar with that.
I believe it.
Yes.
He signed the wall over here.
Yes, he did without asking.
Yeah.
It's phone.
It's a rental.
No, it's what? It's a rental.
The
no, the building is a rental.
building is a rental.
So it's and now it's just marked. I'm just gonna leave that for the next tenants.
Yeah.
Mad Mike with us. Rob is with us. Cameraman Rob.
Yeah.
Rob and I had an experience. Well, first there's the experience that we shared with you with Marcus here in VCW, but we were booked kind of last minute, or I don't know. It's a situation.
It was like that week.
It was. I found out Monday that I was booked on it, and I may or may not have been told I was. So it was like XPW Xtreme Invasion. And background, we both worked camera op for the XPW Rebirth show in Rochester, New York, a little bit over a year ago. Of course, that was in New York State, where there's a commission, much like here in Pennsylvania, and it was just like, oh, this isn't as extreme as I thought it would be.
And it was
a little
very much like a straight up wrestling show.
Yeah, there were some skewers. There were skewers.
Yeah, and it wasn't as like indicative of the XPW brand.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, that's not what I've seen in the clips.
Yeah.
In the New Jack documentary.
And it wasn't porny at all.
No, it wasn't even a little bit porny.
Nope.
But so we were involved in this, and we went out to New York, and we got to meet Rob Black, and you know, I mean, a lot of people know history of that. More recently, I guess there was a Dark Side of the Ring on it. By the way, I watched the Dark Side of the Ring before going and working the show a year ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what's the deal with this guy? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it was like, wow, this looks messed up. Oh, hey, you want to work for that guy next week? Yeah. Yeah,
because this is our life. Yeah, this is just where we're at. This is the what do I say this to I think I say this to Rob. I'm sure you've heard me say this, but like, what the fuck is our life right now?
Yeah.
With a lot of this shit going on. You know, thank you pro wrestling and thank you everything else. But so I mean, I was cautious because I did a deathmatch show earlier this year, and I'm not crazy about, and I used to watch deathmatch, like it was always like we saw Necro Butcher and Madman Pondo and everybody in glass tube matches at the Gathering of Juggalos in the early 2000s. Like, it's technically my first indie show was at the Gathering in Toledo, with like Sabu and all these guys and Vampiro and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I've watched a little bit of CZW and things and everything like that, and we've had we've had Matt Tremont on and a couple other guys, and of course referee George Rosh is always talking to us about Schlack. I talked to Schlack and told him about George, and he said, "I'm sorry."
And Schlack has a higher voice than I thought. Yeah.
Well,
so I might have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
maybe
man."
Because maybe.
Or maybe
was that what
like,
it's?
No,
okay.
I might be getting him a little mixed in with Will in
a partner. Don't tag Schlack in this clip.
No,
please.
Well, no, because he doesn't quite have the voice that you think he would have. But
well,
I mean, yeah, you think it's gonna sound like gravel, or maybe because I had glass breaking in my face all night.
Mm-hmm.
You expect everybody on that show to sound like they have a voice like they eat glass or something, but it's not always the case.
By the way, I just noticed this. Kincaid says, I thought this was going to be a wrestling podcast. Wanted to take notes for 2PW this week. Now I'm hungry. Damn it, Sorg. Yeah. Then go to Applebee's. Oh shit, they're probably closed.
Go to bed and then think about Applebee's.
There you go. There you go. And go for the early bird tomorrow.
And when you were saying too, it's like, oh my God, what is our life right now? Mm-hmm. And I think I might have mentioned the other night, it's like, it's crazy. I might be like the only human being to have worked for Rob Black and Academy Award winning director Ethan Coen in the same month. And the Coen movie actually probably had more raunchier and kind of sex stuff going on in it than the Rob Black show.
Yeah, what is your fucking life?
Yeah.
Necro Butcher might have a similar record. I don't know.
Yeah, he is. He was in an Emmy-winning movie, wasn't he? Right?
Or
Oscar winner? Is it Oscar?
He was in The Wrestler, right?
Yes.
So depending what month. well, when were those XPW reunion shows? I forget when they were.
What, like 10 years ago?
Because they shut down in 2002, but then they had a couple other things.
I don't know. I think you're thinking like the Forever Hardcore stuff. There was more ECW.
I don't know. I mean, there were a couple. I mean,
no, I think it's confusing because they did ECW reunion shows, but all the DVDs had XPW footage.
Yeah.
For some reason, like it was like the production company or something, right? So.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's possible.
Yes. So.
But.
So I don't. Where do we even start? I'm gonna pull up some pictures here.
Yeah.
Rob. So due to planning, scheduling, short notice, whatever the case, we weren't able to acquire a second camera person. Missy was along for the ride, and she has never forgiven me from the first Blood show I made her watch when we did the John Moxley, Tom Lawler, Pluto TV Defy Wrestling show back in April, and then I brought her to a deathmatch show. So, because she loves blood, she loves it, Rob.
She's always like, "Oh God, I just wish people would bleed more in wrestling." It's like, well, we've got the show for you.
Yeah, so she's coming along with me, and I pretty much demanded it because I'm like, listen, I just needed support on this one.
And you guys were only about 15 feet further away than I was,
Yeah.
but you had the benefit of an entire wall.
Yes, I did.
Between you
and the commentary team.
Yeah,
as our buffer.
And they took some hits too.
Yeah, they definitely got showered with glass.
Yeah.
So Rob, you did 9 matches. Of which at least 7 had breaking glass of some sort.
Yeah.
I think the Colin Delaney match did not have any glass of any sort.
And like I was saying earlier too, strangely enough, the Masada
Willie
match,
Mack,
but he was in there with Willie Mack, and it was more of a traditional hardcore match.
Yeah, well, there were skewers and stuff. And by the way, Mike, Willie Mack was hanging out back by production most of the night. I got to talk to him a little bit. He is a gentleman, as you would expect, sir.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I would absolutely expect that.
Yes. I know you are a fan of him from the Lucha Underground days, so I thought you would appreciate. So, and I have a slight story off air I need to tell you, too, about that, because it involves the scores. But anyways, maybe for Patreon. But anyways, go ahead. I'm going to pull up some of these pictures here.
Yeah, so again, like you said, I ended up being the only ringside camera guy. And of course, I was, we were doing the kind of the full production, so we were cabled in, so I had nowhere to run.
Which was even worse here.
Well, yeah, and there were so many people at ringside and stuff, so I would get kind of stuck at times. Plus, however much shit they had piled up on the ropes, like the light tubes and the glass, where it's like, oh, hey, there's a giant glass sheet stuck up in that front corner. I think I'm going to work the back corner a little more. This match,
yeah,
or
exactly.
A little more middle. The main event was Schlack and
Drake Younger,
that's right, Drake. And they said it was a 200 light tube prison match or something like that. But by that point, we'd probably broken about 500 light tubes. So really, what's 200? Plus, I think I might have broken about 10 of those.
Yeah.
So,
like I'm watching this match, I'm switching this match, and I just hear
crunch.
a pop out of nowhere, and it's like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
Sorry, that was and because that shit was laying around everywhere. And
there's a little bit of an immediate post-show review over on my Twitter you can check out too from Rob.
Yeah.
Look how happy he is. Look how happy he is to be surrounded by all that blood.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
And I had I was wearing my mask for my own safety.
Yes, and what was the mask?
It was the Toadies one, and it says, "Do you want to die?"
Yeah, so he was completely on brand for XPW.
Yeah, for the Toady from the Toady song "Possum Kingdom," but the opening pre-show match guy came out to fucking Possum Kingdom and blew up my fucking spot. So,
fuck that guy.
So I'd already heard it. Yeah. So there was that. Plus I had the safety glasses, which I had from a job that I didn't actually need them for, that just happened to be in my backpack for the last 6 months, where it's like, hey, this might come in handy. And sure enough, it did. and I had gloves on for a little bit, but those really just kind of made my hands numb.
Jeez, there's all the glass there. And there's the bloody glass, and there were definitely plenty of light tubes left.
Oh yeah.
God.
Pretty gnarly bumps there. but yeah, since there was pretty much broken glass and blood in every
there
match.
you go. There he is, all done up.
Yeah,
And I'm glad. Like I was so happy. I was like, I wanted to say to you in advance, hey, maybe you should bring some safety glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
And during the show, I was like, shit, I should have told you. And you're like, no, I'm completely wearing
No,
glasses.
I'm on it. I fucking know it, man. But I need something that fits better next time, because when I had the mask on, it was right underneath the glasses, and they my breath would come up and kind of fog the glasses. So it got to the point where,
and that's danger.
Yeah,
That's danger
that's
zone
not
right there.
being able to see
For
a totally different reason. But so it got the habit of I'd have the mask pulled down a little bit so that I wasn't fogging up the glasses. But as soon as I see, it's like, oh god, he's grabbing another fucking bundle of light tubes, or, time to cocoon myself again.
Yeah. And when I worked with guys that I think they filmed like RSW,
Right.
Ruthless something wrestling. It's the Ricky Shane Page promotion, I think, in the Detroit area. RSW?
Yeah.
Maybe. RSW is where I'm normally at.
Yeah, not Real Shoot, but but it was still like I think they were also RSW, like Ruthless RCW maybe. But because it was the Circle 6 No Peace show that we did back in April at Harpo's. And those guys were just like all about it, and like the guy we got for Harkan was like, yeah, I can't do ringside, like this is too much, right? And they're just and like understand, if you've never been to a deathmatch show, which I don't know how many of you have,
I've worked in 2 of them.
You worked in 2 of them?
Yeah, I've had 2 different death matches.
Is it that kind of wait? You were in death matches?
Yeah, I was in 2 no ring death matches.
Okay. Wow. Like, did they were they just no ring, or did they involve all of the accoutrement?
No ring, glass, a variety of different weapons. I think one of the shittiest inventions ever was they did carpet strips, and they taped them together, like 4 of them, and they left the fastening nails, but they taped them together on both ends, and it made a kendo stick. So, I mean, I've had some pretty inventive like weapons to play around with outside of light tube.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was I think it was pretty straightforward for us. I mean, it was like glass sheets and light tubes, and there wasn't any
the highlights. So there were 2 things that were highlights.
Yeah,
they had these beds, and they these wooden made beds that they had, and they had the XPW logo in them. They had 2 of them, right? And at first it was like the intro Facebook match was a 3-way glass death match, right? And we're like, this is the free match. What the fuck are we getting into, right?
and it was like within 30 seconds of that first match, it was like bam, just shit all over the place. That's like, oh,
yeah,
God.
it's on their Facebook. And by the way, I'm locked into their Facebook. I can't get off the XPW Facebook right now, so I'm getting all of their messages. And but they do this match, and you're like, they pull out the bed, and they broom all the glass into the bed, right? I'm like, oh, that's cool. They've like collected it, and it's not going to be everywhere.
It's like a drawer that comes out of the
it's like a drawer under the ring. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like that's good. It's going to be a lot cleaner. Because the other show I did was like 6 matches, and then a 40-person death match, and then 3 like hardcore matches, including like the like 2 prison match, right? Because apparently it's a fucking staple with these shows.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, I like couldn't get my cords out from under the ring because there was so much glass piled on top of them. It was bad. Wow. It was so bad. So this was not like that, I don't think. I don't know. You did the cords, so I was like by myself, and everybody fucking powdered to start cleaning up because they worked with the promotion.
Yeah. And even before the show, like I was showing you how I figured out a way to run the cables without even being on the ground.
Yes, there was that. There was a thing.
Already so much shit under the ring.
But then like later, I saw them like walking on the glass to recrush it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they used the bed of the glass already in it later in the show on another match.
Yeah.
These are the most economical death matches I've ever seen.
They're recycling.
They're recycling for a later match. And that's nice of them.
And to me, some of the
budget friendly.
Exactly.
And to me, some of the bigger surprises was when there would be like one match, I kept fucking running into it, and I'm surprised I didn't break it. There was like a glass sheet leaned up against the side, like my side of the ring.
Yeah.
And it ended up not getting used. You know, where it's like, what's this shit?
And
It's
then this is like they're throwing light tubes. Like they're swinging, hitting like the post on the other side of the ring, and it's showering Rob and the crowd all around them and on the other side. Like so, like basically, there's nothing but the glass splash zone here. You know, and even when I watched the first one, I'm like, it was in this. Like the stage was up here, and then there's like this pit area, right? And we're above it, and everything. And I was just watched the cloud of cancerous mercury hovering above the ring, and just watching like with no masks, people at ringside, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. This is, and of course I'm working these shows with Missy, who has a background as a paralegal, and whenever we're someplace, especially around professional wrestling, she's the liability alarmer. And she's watching, she's like, this is all bad, you know. And we're talking about, like, listen, if you're going to these shows, you know what you're getting into, you don't care, and it's actually part of the fun of it, right? It's just like a wrestler landing in your lap at something like RWA or something else without guardrails or something, right? Like, that's part of it. You know, take a wrestler home, take a batch of glass home with you in your teeth, whatever the fuck you want. I get it. You know, I won't be doing it, but I get it. Yeah.
Sorg,
go ahead.
Sorry. So I feel like I need to. I'm compelled because I used to be a safety engineer at one of my jobs.
Yeah.
Where I would deal with broken glass and sharps and stuff on the regular. And it was my job in that role to come up to be solutions oriented.
Okay.
So now I'm hearing a lot of glass.
Yeah.
Lot of glass.
And thank God I remember to wear
see the
proper
picture again?
footwear too.
Yeah. I wore my steel toe shoes for sure.
Yeah, I had like thicker, almost kind of like boots, and and I got home and I noticed like 15 tacks in my.
Yeah, that's definitely a tuck the jeans into the boots kind of night.
Oh, we didn't think about that.
Now I say solutions oriented, Sorg. Now I have a question. Now and again, I don't know how we can get this message to the minds behind XPW.
Oh, very easy. Just tweet Rob Black Show on Twitter.
We've got a direct line.
Yeah, I feel like
I have his phone number.
I feel like it'd be more effective coming from an official source as opposed to a random jerkweed on Twitter.
Is that how you self-identify? Yeah, please put that in your profile.
You know, if you pay the $8, you can be an official jerkweed on Twitter.
Yeah, I value my $8.
Yeah.
But if it's too much of a jerkweed, they'll suspend you and keep the $8 anyways. That was made clear.
That's fair.
Don't be a parody jerkweed on Twitter. No.
Do you think we could invent a new character in XPW?
Oh, I bet we can. They love characters.
That's a safety inspector. And we call him Major Glasshole. And he just runs around with a giant, like, wooden sharps box and sweeps all the glass up afterwards.
There was a sharps box, but they used it the opposite way.
No, I know, but I'm concerned.
You're telling me that they used something for something it was not intended for?
Yes, because he had a sharps box, but then pulled the needles out of it and used them.
I was gonna say they didn't use a single light bulb.
So
to light the room,
the intention is these were used needles that they had used and reused. So Mike.
Basically, I wanted to just say Major Glasshole.
Okay. I see.
That is awfully tame.
We took the long way around on that one. I got you. I mean,
but you get booed every night. It'd be like Cabana.
I was gonna say the Soul Taker was on this show. You should have heard some of the chants that.
I can guess.
Yeah.
Soul Taker, also a gentleman. Also,
he's a cool dude.
and I'm hoping I'm not blowing up a spot here.
Yeah.
But the Soul Taker
Did-
brings his own fog machine to the show.
Did he get a scissor me fill in your
No, that did
Other-
not.
other
Wait,
words.
was there?
I'm
Were
surprised.
scissors used at some point? I felt like there was a scissor spot. Is that a fever dream?
I don't remember.
I don't.
I was too busy either trying not to get hit by things
dodging glass.
or
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
Soul Taker like completely just no selling everything Sexy Eddie was doing,
Yes.
which was pretty great.
Oh my God, you got that crotch right in your face.
He was
Hey,
not he was not putting up shenanigans on that
He
evening.
put it on the rope.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I can't say it wasn't entertaining. They put on an entertaining show.
Yes.
Whether you agree with some of the entertainment is another question. But I found myself howling backstage with things, and also and collectively also worrying about Rob at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun. And no, actually, I relatively enjoyed the show, and it was interesting to work with somebody like Rob Black. And the people he had around him and stuff.
And he loved just the hard cam shot.
He was very excited about the hard cam shot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's somebody who's been doing this for a very, very long time. It was interesting to pick his brain around production kind of things and seeing how he works. And, I can apply this to so many of the promoters that we work for, but especially in this case, like, watch a mad genius work. And it was fascinating to see. And where we were located, we were right in Gorilla, so we were like seeing everything as it came and went, including at the one point where I discovered that one of the wrestlers, I believe this was Sexy Eddie, when they pulled him out of the body bag.
Yeah.
There's a sentence
Or
for
was
you.
it body? It was hard body.
Hard body. I'm sorry, it was hard
Hard
body.
Body was
Yes,
in,
yes.
yeah.
That thing that I defined this as his blood on my gear bag. Yes, I will be disinfecting that entire headset set tomorrow
Just-
before we head out.
Just boil it all.
Yeah. And then of course, and Missy, I'm like, I need something to clean this with, and then Missy hands me the daintiest of.
Yeah.
And I started doing it, and the one guy's looking at me. He's like, "You shouldn't do that." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "That's how you get hepatitis." And I'm like, "Do you see what's fucking happening out there?" And you're worried about this.
I'm pretty sure attending one of those shows is how you get hepatitis.
I think it's a feature.
Like, you probably heard someone getting it.
Yeah. I think I need a tetanus shot just for seeing that stuff
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
In your eyeballs.
I need a tetanus shot from seeing the images of you.
Seeing
being
it.
there.
Yeah.
It's one guy. We saw one guy almost bite it off of a balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very do you want to see a dead body moment for us,
Well,
I thought.
and right before that happened too, I remember because it was a three-way match, and of course I'm the only camera guy out there, so I'm
There are
focused
a lot of
on
three-way matches.
So I'm focused on in your typical three-ways, you get somebody that lays out, right? And it's and I remember just remarking, just saying, it's like, hey, I don't have eyes on the third guy. It's like I don't know if he's like laid out on the
And I got no
side.
other camera, so I can't figure it out.
Yeah, so it's like, but he's not doing anything, whatever, right? So then they start setting up the or they might have already set it up. I don't know, the door that was between the ring and the guardrail, and then you hear woo, and you look, and I look up, and the third guy is up on the balcony. Like he had just walked into up in there, and it's like, oh shit, that's right. I remember they were talking kind of earlier in the show about how somebody was going to jump off the balcony at some point, right? And it's like, oh, this is the time. So yeah, he just totally, he jumps off the balcony and just totally airballs.
There's some of the glass. Oh God.
Yeah, and goes busting through the table door or whatever, like 3 feet in front of me.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, is it bonk?
Oof.
Splat.
Yeah, that door did nothing.
Yeah, it did not.
It did
slow
nothing.
His fall. It was.
Oh.
Yeah, that was right in front of me.
Yep.
And then at some point, it's like I told you, I'm like, I'm surprised at how much. I'm getting sprayed with glass, and it's like, I'm not getting cut. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't anything. Like, I think it was during the women's match. They had like kind of a table made of chairs and the big glass pane outside, and somebody falls on that, and I caught the full force. Like that just thing broke straight out, and just like completely just pelted me in the abdomen.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I can say about XPW merchandise, the T-shirt that I got a year ago was very sturdy, and
I was also amazed at how
nothing went
much
through it.
The
Jesus.
glass flies up in the air when they
Yeah.
hit him on the
Bonk. Yeah.
yeah.
It just popped.
So,
So it breaks, and then like a second later, maybe it's raining down on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's just like the Pittsburgh Plunge,
Yeah.
but with glass.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So that's it. That's our XPW experience. Shit. They really loved. I didn't realize this was happening. They really there's a shot here of me doing like setup for some production stuff, and then it goes over to them planning where the thumbtacks are going to be used in the show.
Yeah. It was that was also the Soul Taker match because he had the urn that was full of thumbtacks.
Oh, the urn was full of thumbtacks.
and they
Wow.
might have gotten used in one of the women's matches too.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Whether they were still out there or not, I don't know.
It was something. Like I said, everybody was great to work with.
Yeah.
I don't know, experientially, whatever horror stories that people have for these guys, it was,
It was pretty smooth.
I know, if they piss you off, that's the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally seeing them retweet somebody of controversy over the weekend. Like that's definitely like, oh, we should definitely like book the guy that everybody's pissed off at right now. Like, that's exactly what they're going to do.
And I
think that's the business model. You know what I mean? Like, and I get that. And
Extremely pissed wrestlers.
yeah.
And I think with they had the Mega Maga faction with
I'm sorry, Ultra Maga with
Ultra
Maga
Mag-
Butcher. Yeah,
with Butcher, Jasmine St. Clair, and the other who else? Oh, the ref.
the ref guy and this other like
That got nuclear heat.
yeah, they do.
But,
Oh my God, they do. Especially in like L.A. and New Jersey, right?
but from what I've seen, it really doesn't seem that much worse than real life.
It doesn't seem. Honestly, it doesn't seem much worse than the J-Rock promo from Saturday night at RWA with the Rev. Like, it's honestly, it doesn't, and he's getting nuclear heat up there.
Yeah.
Like, it really isn't. So I mean, you could, if you're pissed off about it, welcome to wrestling. So
I'm just waiting for someone to hit a Magaga Kamrana.
Oh, yeah, Necro, because Necro is completely the Rana kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
So,
High flyer.
actually, he is kind of. Like,
that would be something like
pulling some moves, man. He's still pulling some moves. Hey, by the way, if you're maybe disappointed, maybe this is part of his turn, but Necro does wear shoes now. And I don't think he did before.
I mean, all that broken
he
glass. Can you
normally
blame him?
didn't, I don't think.
Yeah. So, any other questions about this show before we move on? Chat room, anybody? I think this is just a giant what I learned.
It's going to haunt us.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you guys need counseling? Is there someone?
This is my counseling. This
I'm
is me working through my issues right now.
There was a lot of man. Can you believe this shit? Kind of. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to watch it, I think.
Yeah.
Let me know how it went. So tell me how many times you thought Rob was in true danger.
I regret. I
Probably the entire time.
Yes. Probably mostly the Colin Delaney match that had no weapons.
But I regret there not being a second camera guy out there because you can't see my reaction.
Yes, exactly.
You can't see me
like that thing where we like to shoot the other guy that is getting hugged by Paulie Kilpis to get the reaction shot. Yeah,
Right,
we definitely needed that here.
There was a lot of especially like when I see something coming. Like I said, when oh my God, these can swing the glass, and I go for the mask, or I don't. Or where I purposely put the ref between myself and the blast.
I feel like it is a similar reaction to when you're sitting in the splash zone at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And the whale comes down, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh
shit! I'm gonna get
no! It's coming right at me.
Or there was something, I forget what match it was, but of course the crowd was getting sprayed with glass. Where we were saying something about you'd think they'd know to cover up, and I was like, you know what? Like Gallagher just died, right? And they used to have stuff for like his crowds, I think, where you're gonna get wet in those first 3 rows. It's like there should be like a fucking fire sale on those things right now.
I think we were saying that very loud near Rob Black, hoping he'd pick up on it. Because it feels like the kind of thing he would definitely do. It was my vibe.
Yeah.
Also, Rob Black does not know my name.
Scourge.
Damn it, he was trying,
Yeah.
and I give him all the credit. Okay.
And then I spent all night with people yelling Rob and me taking a split second
Yes.
to be like, oh yeah, they're not
Because
talking to
we
me.
had
They're not
Rob
talking to me.
Black and Rob Brown.
Yeah.
You see the problem to the point where I
So,
actually...
in other words, next time you go there, they need to book comedian Ron White.
Man, these dad jokes are killing me.
welcome to the Mayhem Show.
But
Yeah, I mean, what?
just kind of
You
remember-
got a lot. You got spread it around a little bit.
I appreciate it.
So, yeah, but yeah. So basically, when you were calling shots, I was just camera 3. So it's like, okay, 3. Just say just call me 3 all night, I guess. It just
I did. I'm like, why am I fucking calling numbers? It's just you.
yeah, yeah.
And I only used the hard cam when you were really in trouble. So.
Yeah.
I will say it. I said it last night. Rob is I consider Rob one of the best damn videographers in the wrestling business.
I'm doing all right.
We work around a lot of fantastic fucking people. But I'm so glad if we were stuck with only one videographer, it was him. Otherwise, you would have seen me laying on that hard cam a lot of the night. Because, oh my God.
It would be kind of interesting to see somebody quit mid-show, though. That would be...
I think that would be the one
Just
where
like,
it would
fuck
happen.
it, I'm done.
Yeah, could you imagine if they just brought a random MMA videographer guy?
Yeah.
Remember when we thought we were going to have to use union videographers in Grand Rapids?
Yeah, that's what you
And
were
that
saying,
was just a show that had Will Ospreay I was worried about.
Yeah.
And luchadors.
Yeah.
I was just like, this ain't going to fucking work, guys.
Well, these guys have held cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestling is the hardest thing to shoot, and we filmed the hardest thing to shoot of wrestling. I feel so there's that.
This weekend will be a nice kind of week off.
You know what? It was so refreshing to edit the RWA show. It was just like, oh, this is nice. I was complimenting them in the chat today. It was so nice to just have a normal wrestling show where the craziest thing are the 8-year-old girls flipping off the people all night. And
there are actual moves happening inside of the ring.
Inside of the ring, I never thought my camera people were in danger for most of the night. That's.
But even then, they know us, so they kind of push it a little. Sometimes,
they do a little bit. They do a little bit. Yes. Yeah. J-Rock needs to stop grabbing my cameras. Anyways, so that's that. It's on pay-per-view if you want to go check it out. There's a lot of clips over on XPW's Twitter page of a lot of those highlights if you want to get a little bit of that. And almost every single one of those shots is Rob's.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that will be because I actually just kicked the footage over today. I don't know if you know, they do the XPW TV, which is free on Fight. And it looks like they put a lot of those matches in the show to promote the next show and everything like that. So keep an eye on that in the next few weeks, and I'm sure they're going to have a lot of the stuff from the show as well on there. So there's that. I got a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff on my social media. If you want to go check that out, over on my TikTok and Reels and wherever there's Reels, I've put it. And apparently people are looking at it. So
yeah, and I put up my little video, my little walk around right after the conclusion of the main event.
Rob, will you do an XPW show again?
I would. I mean, at least we seem to get along with everybody there pretty well.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do one next month, but I will if asked again.
I don't want to know when an XPW Christmas show is like.
Well, there's going to be one. Wait, is that one?
This one
is that the one in Pomona, or is that the one in back in Jersey?
I think they're doing Pomona next month.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that's the Christmas
and
show.
they're doing Jersey like every other month.
Yeah, I think Jersey. Year. So, Mike, if you want to check this out, I recommend a balcony seat.
Yeah.
And this actually, they did. At Saturday night show, they did have Christmas ornaments.
Oh, they did.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's just the scene from Home Alone where
Yep. I
he
can't remember.
steps on
Oh
the
no, they
barrel
just threw the hillbilly guy into it. That's all they did.
Or was the women's match too? Maybe have them?
I don't remember what the Necro.
Okay.
It was Necro and Bobby Beverly, friend
Yeah.
of the show, Bobby Beverly. It was good to catch up with him. The first person that I ever had a camera incident with.
Yeah. And I just remembered too during the triple threat with Soul Taker in it. You know, it's like you had all this shit exploding, you had needles, all this stuff. That
Oh, didn't he put a syringe through the guy's cheek and then
yeah,
like
and
squeeze?
I couldn't get a good angle.
No.
But
You
I've
got
seen it.
No,
but-
you got the perfect angle because it looked like he was pissing out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I had the other side.
I'm like,
but-
oh man, he can't get around. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, that works.
But-
It looks like he just, yeah.
But there was a point in the match where Soul Taker went for the shovel that he came out with, and I'm like, thank God, it's just the shovel.
But half
The
expecting it to
shovel's
explode.
not going to explode. You know, I mean, I think he got close on a couple swings, but
Dude, I love Soul Taker even more after being
Yeah.
backstage with him. By the way,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Anyways, okay, that was our review of XPW. So
the War Journal.
I think that
word journal.
technically qualifies as a warning.
yeah.
oh yeah, oh, it is not for the faint of heart. That is not. That is. It's not the worst death match I've seen. Show I've seen. I've literally lived the other one. So, but yeah, but I also didn't have any of my people ringside for it. That one had a barbed wire trampoline. So, well,
It hurts when you land on the springs on a regular trampoline.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, I saw a TikTok. It was funny because I just saw a TikTok like yesterday. Well, like somebody from Jackass
Yeah.
was in a wrestling match and got thrown on one of those.
Yeah.
So and it did not go well. So, I'm not even. I think we've kind of exhausted what Rob and I learned this week in wrestling.
Yeah.
Cause fuck, we got an education. Marcus Twist, what did you learn from wrestling this week? Because I know you had some experiences.
If you can help it, never be under Beast Man for
Oh.
any reason.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Mm.
Oh, did you get squished?
I got squished like 5 times,
Oh no!
but I
Oh
got
wait, did he do were you on the bottom? Sorry.
no.
When he did the
was
beast,
on the bottom.
because he did the Beastman driver, like he had one of you guys and did it onto another one of you guys, right?
He hit me with the Beast Man driver onto DD Vice.
Okay. Jeez.
But I took a really solid elbow from the middle rope,
Mm.
and then I got him for the big cannonball, like 3-way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah,
Mm.
that was like it would ruin your weekend.
Oh, it ruined all the way up until today. I went and got a nice hot stone massage to get limbered up. So, I mean, I'm feeling way better than I did after the match.
Yeah, that's one of those where like, okay, there's a way he's doing that it doesn't actually hurt, right? But I don't think there's a lot of Beastman coming at you.
Yeah.
So like, I don't. Yeah. Mm.
That's he's got me by like what 250 pounds. I was officially the smallest guy in that match,
Mhm.
in that 6-man, and I got the biggest guy for the most part.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was a bunch of I mean,
There's a lot of big meaty men slapping meat in that match. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, yep. Big meaty man slapping meat.
If you're into that, you'll love this match. Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's God. It was like some kind of crazy customs match.
Yeah.
So, almost. Tony Kincaid, he learned apparently, avoid getting stuck in between an old ladies and J-Rock while he's cutting a promo. She will bite you. Seriously. Did she bite a security guard? I heard about this. I didn't realize that's what happened, but holy shit. Yeah, there was when Rev was at the show, he's still in the neck brace. J-Rock's egging him on. The crowd gets very involved, and it's so bad that one lady had to get kicked out, I believe, for attacking a security guard.
not at RWA.
Yeah, on West Newton.
And not those security guards.
I
What?
mean, all the stuff, all the crazy shit we experienced. And West Newton is the one that has like somebody actually get kicked out.
Yeah, I don't think
she
we had any
attempted.
arrests at our show.
So she pulled an ace steal, huh?
Mm.
Can we call that the ace steal now?
Mm.
Is that allowed?
Because that's what he allegedly did, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in theory,
somebody.
I think you're fine calling that the steal.
Yes, because Kenny Omega saved the dog like a true fucking hero.
Mm.
I
Right.
do kind of wish AEW was still using Arn Anderson with the Scissor Me Daddy stuff, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. We haven't seen Arn for a bit.
Man, you
have
can
we?
do 4 scissors at a time with the 4 horseman thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see an old friend in wrestling at VCW Friday night, and they were wearing an Arn Anderson, like the armed and dangerous kind of shirt. It had something on it. And I'm just like fucking right, dude. So
And then I pull out my gun.
yeah. Tina in Seattle learned a few things this weekend. Whew. One, if Angela Bassett doesn't win or is at least nominated for an Oscar, what the fuck are we doing here? Agreed. We'll get to that in the after show. 2, I'm excited for New Japan and Stardom crossover show. That's a pay-per-view, by the way. It's not included with World. Where I lost my spot. Where they will crown the first
IW.
GP Women's Champion, and Progress announcing their first show in Dubai. Wow.
Huh.
Wow. Okay. Holy match meld Batman for the Iron Survival matches announced for next. Did you see these? The deadline matches?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So it's
as a former proponent of the championship scramble match, I loved that match.
So
I thought that was
real quick.
a really cool concept.
It's 25 minutes. It's part Iron Man match. 5 people are involved.
Yep.
They come in. They enter the match in intervals. You get points for pin or submission, but you will also be thrown into a penalty box if you are pinned or submitted. Correct?
Yeah, so it's kind of like King of the Mountain without a ladder.
It's like King of the Mountain mixed with an Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a ladder.
Without a ladder.
That's the key thing you want to say in there, because...
And so that'll be the deadline thing on December 10th, which, of course, there's a million wrestling shows that day, too, so we'll watch it after. But, wow. Is that the same day as Ring of Honor?
I believe so.
Huh. Jeez. I'm seeing a trend at this point.
I wonder if there's going to be someone that's going to be angry about that post-media scrum this weekend.
And by the way, confirm the media scrums have returned.
Why? Fucking why?
I would.
It doesn't help anybody.
I would hope that some people have learned their lesson about how to maintain these things.
Yeah. You make a big fuss, they buy out your contract, and you make millions of dollars for doing jack shit.
Yeah.
That's the lesson I learned.
Well, I guess we'll see how this one goes, and then we will pick apart how that goes next week. In the meantime,
I hope they focus on the actual show.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. They're usually pretty good about it in the past, but
I
I don't
hope
know
Colt
this
Cabana
one
hosts it.
time. Oh, Colt Cabana should definitely host it. Yes. By the way, Troublemaker himself, friend of Sorgatron Productions, Nick Hausman over at Wrestling Inc., did announce that he will be returning to the media scrum as in person.
course he will be.
Does he consider himself a journalist?
I don't know. Nick, did you go to journalism for that? Please tag him in this. Shit, I think it's that. Marcus Twist.
No, Sorg.
What?
Sorg,
Did I miss something?
You didn't ask me what I learned. this
Mike,
week.
what'd you learn?
Jesus Christ. Swear to God, you see a bunch of glass and suddenly everything goes to hell.
And then
So
you see
I
more
learned.
glass.
Sorg, I learned that Christmas is coming early for Mad Mike this year.
Okay.
So I signed up for a Twitch account.
Okay. Yes.
Do you want to know why, Sorg?
Yeah.
Do you know what's happening on Saturday night?
I'm producing MMA in the other side of the state.
No, but
I mean, I'm actually. By the way, I'm gonna be really close to you. I think.
Like the best thing that could possibly happen. 4 men are getting together online to play a little game of Uno.
Boys to men.
The party is back, Sorg. Adam Cole, Xavier Woods, Claudio Castagnoli, and Tyler Breeze are all going to play Uno again. And it warms my heart. I'm very excited for this. Because if you know anything about Mad Mike, you know that when I have to stay up into the wee hours doing work-related things, what I do is I put on 4 dudes playing Uno and shit talking each other the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming back. And I'm very excited that it's allowed to be coming back. So this is technically the first AEW versus WWE show.
So the forbidden door is just exploded at this point.
Wide open.
Yes.
Mike, would you say that this Uno match is for bragging rights?
No, I'd say that the Uno match is for all the marbles.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All the marbles.
Now, is this going to be an ongoing, best 2 out of 3 card games? Is going to be like phase 10 next week?
So
Followed up by
for those-
Canasta. I mean,
For those unfamiliar,
Some nice Jim Rummy. Jim.
they usually play until the first person who has 3 hands won.
Mhm.
3 games, 1 of Uno, and then at least the last time that they played this, everyone else had to suck on a lemon.
what?
Yeah, all the losers had to suck on a lemon because Claudio kept saying "go suck a lemon" as an insult because they're on up, down, down, so they couldn't curse.
Oh, everything is right in the world. I love it. Mad Mike 483 on the Twitters. I'm sure you could probably tune into him live tweeting that here coming up.
Probably not live tweeting because I do have things going on.
Oh
this
shit!
Saturday.
Have I had a mouse on you this entire time? Oh shit!
Sure have.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Oh, that's some fucking bush league shit I pulled there. I'm sorry about that.
It's Sorg. It's fine.
Rob, cameraman Rob, doesn't believe in
Yes.
social media, or at least they won't let him on Twitter.
I use Facebook still.
You just
Like a
he's
savage.
He's too raw for Twitter.
Yeah.
He's too.
It's only a matter of time before MySpace
Listen,
finally comes back,
Listen,
right?
you just need to appeal to that new owner, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
God, I mean, it's like, hey, you know what? Pick the shittiest wrestling promoter that we work for, and then make them the owner of Twitter, and that's what it feels like.
Because I think I told you, like, I can see some stuff on Twitter, and it keeps asking me to
Dude,
verify my contact
you're-
information so that it could never let me back
You're
on
so
Twitter.
popular on Twitter. Did you see what your video did over there?
I did not.
No, you didn't because you can't get
Yeah.
on it. No, XPW retweeted that video of your like post-show reaction review situation, and it's got like last I saw it had like 500 hits. I'm going to double check that real quick here. But yeah, they love you.
Yeah.
I think you'll be asked back.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get the thing there. I don't know. That doesn't work. Marcus Twist, where are you on the social medias, or they just need to go to their local Applebees to find you?
Oh, dude, you can go to the local Applebee's and I might be there depending on the day. But I'm on all social media. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So I think my Twitter @ is different than everything else. Most of it's Marcus _Twist. On Twitter, somebody took it. I don't know how, but it's Mr. Twist and Shout on Twitter. So check me out. I have a whole bunch of wrestling clips, and I share funny ass shit that I say on the daily to whoever I'm around. And you'll be able to see some videos and some random stuff from DD Vice on there as well.
There you go.
And they're on that little thing, that electronic screen thing they put on the tables at Applebee's, where you can like pay your bill. Yeah. Do they
Once
have,
we
like,
get sponsored, we should be.
like a Saturday night
There you
special
go.
game or something on there, that you can play while you're waiting for your shit.
Last note on the way out, Tandy Kincaid. I could not do a deathmatch show. We've walked the line from time to time at our companies, but a full show like GCW or XPW would be tough. So all props to you guys for working that show. Also, new respect for Marcus. I didn't know he had deathmatch experience.
Not a lot of people do, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's really under wraps. Like some of the no ring stuff that I've been involved in within the past year. So I mean, new promotion, real underground stuff. Footage is coming out slowly. I've already shared a little bit of it here and there on all that social media. So, but I think I have a big deathmatch thing in New York coming up next year.
Oh shit.
So that'll be interesting. I'm always open. I tell everybody, we do a little bit of everything, and I'd be lying if I didn't do a little bit of deathmatch shit too. So
All right. Well, if they need some video production, don't call me, but call Rob.
All right, hey, me and Rob are gonna hang out.
There
I'll
you
get him
go.
a beer. We'll go to Applebee's. He can shoot my death.
There you go, Rob. There you go.
In the meantime, I'll invest in a hazmat suit.
For Applebee's or the death match?
Well,
I don't know
yeah,
what
I
you're.
don't know.
You might need it for both because you're gonna be hanging out with us.
Oh
Yeah.
man, he's gonna hook you up with somebody special for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Somebody's mom.
Thanks everybody. We've had a blast. We got a couple special guests returning. We're working on one for next week as well. And also get ready and let us know what you're going to be thankful for next week on the show. It's going to be the Turkey Day special. And hey, Thanksgiving's next week. How about that shit?
I was gonna be, I was gonna go down and like check my mail that day and be like, why do I have any mail? Oh right, today is Thanksgiving.
That's right. I should eat turkey or something.
Shit.
We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.